Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where and when you are consuming this particular piece of what we'll call content. We are live in New York City. It is 10:43 Eastern Standard Time. And we are here to break down the good, the bad, and the New York Knicks of it all. Of an American institution, the National Basketball Association is approaching the start of its 23-24 season, also known as the World Championship. More on that later. This is the Guard Up Pod, and introducing my fearless co-host, Xavier Product. From Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest one is Mac. Get your guard up, Jmacdonough.
How y'all doing, man? We live. We ready to break it down. We're going to talk the good, the bad, and the disgusting.
We certainly are. And just like a cipher, no preamble, I want to get straight into this. Mac, Karl Anthony Towns has been making some loud assertions about his assessment of his gameplay. Can you break that down for the good people and tell him he said, what?
All right. Well, first of all, he said a couple things. But first, the Wolves season being more impressive than the Nuggets title run is crazy. Because he said that they did in 4 months what the Nuggets did in 4 years.
Well, in terms of what they built towards with the championship.
Yeah, but it's crazy because there was a lot of things.
Also, you lost to them in the play.
Right.
The math ain't mathin' is all that we're saying. The man has also made claims about changing the game, as I recall.
He said that years down the line, like when you hang up the kicks, you know what I mean, that people are going to say that kids growing up, they're going to be like, Karl Anthony Towns changed the game, and that, you know, that they got to play different because of the influence he had. And that's a very interesting claim to me.
No love lost from Minnesota.
Yeah, it definitely breeds a little delusion. Because honestly, even on the before point, what we do know is that, you know, it should have been Ant's team a while ago. They should have gave it to Ant. You know, it should be Ant-Man's team, bro. He balled out FIBA. You know what I mean? It's just clear you got to go with what works. You know.
And we will talk about that in the state of the Wolves. But you brought up a great word in delusions, where it's not uncommon for men who are very successful, especially athletes, to have delusions of grandeur. Like ballers thinking that they can rap, rappers thinking that they can ball. You can understand, but 9 out of 10 times they just can't. One man who has no delusions at all about the grandeur of both his balling and his rapping. It is Dame time.
Oh, yeah.
Can you please give us a letter grade? We know there's some big news today, but first, can I get a letter grade on Dame Dolla's feature verse on Raid, on Connie Diamond's new record, Underdog Season? Shout out to the Bronx and Def Jam Records, by the way.
Facts. Shout out to X. Yo, that gets a smooth A+. A+++++. I can't even.
And you have strong feelings about players rapping and Dame in particular in the past, but this won you over, I guess.
No, this was amazing. You know, shout out Connie Diamond.
Yeah, shout out to Connie Diamond.
It took somebody from New York, you know what I mean, to bring it out of Dame, but it was beautiful. I really loved the verse, you know what I mean, and I really loved how he actually attack the song, you know what I mean? Because in the past, you know, I'm like, bro, you know, you giving us some super clean, you know what I mean, some real bubbly, you know, kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And it's like, bro, like, you understand, but, you know, you Dame time, you know, you're not gonna ruin your image by talking your talk, you know what I mean? It's not like you fronting or nothing. We all know where you came from.
Yeah, we all know.
And it's like, bro, just give it to us real, give it to us real. If you're gonna do it, don't half step, because the thing about it is that we know you could rap because we can hear it. You know what I mean? Everything is there. The technicalities is there, bro. But just give us the real, give us the raw. You know what I mean? You don't got to go crazy or nothing.
No.
But like, give us Dame. You know what I mean? Yeah. We wanna hear it. You rapping. You know what I mean? So we don't wanna be. You know, don't rap like you still on the court.
Hell yeah.
You know, give us.
And he did not. So shouts to Connie Diamond for pulling that out. Shouts to her awesome for just being fucking awesome. And from the Bronx, Underdog Season is awesome. Her last 2 singles are great. Check her out. Check Def Jam out. Still relevant. Also relevant, on the same note, Dame to the motherfucking Milwaukee Bucks. Cream City is getting Dame Lillard. There's a lot to unpack here, but as we're fans of the Eastern Conference, how do you want to pop the cork on this?
Well,
goodness.
To start, it's over. I'm just gonna say it's over. Like it's
Over for who?
everybody. It's over for everybody. Like, hey, listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. Like the Bucks organization, like somebody might wanna, do a little check-in. You know what I mean? Because
On behalf of Heat culture.
no, I mean, on behalf of everybody, because listen, they get shit done.
They do.
They get shit. But we heard Giannis, that he gonna explore his options if things not looking right. You know what I mean? This was what a month ago? You know what I mean? And next thing you know, Dame to the Bucks, he gets Dame. Like everybody else who wants help, all these other superstars that can't get help, teams can't. That's the Bucks is how you do it. That's how you get it done. And shout out to the Bucks. You know what I mean? They get it done, bro.
They do.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, bro. When they are playing the game, bro, they got now what Giannis going? He's there. They secured there, bro. It is over. Dame gets to play with a superstar now. A superstar.
And a superstar with complementary skill sets, because this isn't gonna be what it would have been in Miami. This is gonna be terrifying on those possessions in transition when Giannis is point forward, and Dame, as soon as he crosses the court, is just like, I'm here. I will Jesus Shuttlesworth the shit out of this if you give me a chance. Terrifying. All fans of the Eastern Conference, we're gonna be praying for each other. Oh my God.
That's gonna be hard to guard. It's gonna be hard to guard because you're gonna have to try to guard the paint with Giannis going in. You know what I mean? That's a freight train that you don't want to play around with. And then Dame, he'll pull up from 40. You know what I mean? And how you gonna guard both? And then
oh my goodness. And then Brook Lopez is spacing you out. Middleton, if he's healthy, is also a bucket 9 times out of 10. If he's healthy, that's a big if, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. A lot of teams in this trade, some crazy moves.
But yeah.
DeAndre Ayton, shout outs to you for changing your jersey on 2K. Like an hour into it. I love this. You're going to have a great time in Portland, bud. A great time. There's so many. Grayson Allen and KD in the same locker room. That's going to be an interesting look.
That is going to be interesting.
Big trade. There's another trade.
It's going to be interesting.
Not a trade. Well, you can break it down for the people why you see this as a trade. I want to know who won the trade between Undisputed and First Take.
Well, we'll start with First Take.
All right.
Because as everybody know, Unc went over. He's over on First Take now with Stephen A. And Shannon's a star, man. Like he has so much charisma, he has so much passion, and you could tell that he does his research and he takes his time to really, really get in tune with it, being that he is a champion, a pro, what's the Hall of Famer, football player.
Lest we forget.
And he just brings a certain energy, to just the day when you hear him, he make you feel good, you know what I mean? He has a very, very, a great energy about him. And it pairs well with Stephen A, you know what I mean? It's only been like a couple weeks so far, but it's really nice to just see them go, back and forth. It's like a real camaraderie kind of thing going. So it's not like, they do their little back and forth, but it's like it has a nice feel, kind of like side note, shout out Swagoo and Perk, like their little podcast that has a nice camaraderie thing going. So it's a nice little feel to it. Undisputed on the other hand, so they got Keyshawn. They got Richard Sherman, and they got Michael Irvin. And now Michael Irvin is a gem, man.
I love Michael Irvin. The longest yard remake, we can debate whether that was a good idea or not, but he was cracking me up in that shit.
Bro, he's a gem. They definitely need to keep him around because he's a spark for the show. But there's cohesion issues, in my opinion. And it just doesn't seem as free flowing. You know what I mean? Like, granted, with Skip and Shannon, it was just, it was back and forth, you know what I mean? It was 2 people, but now, they have, 3 people, and Skip, he don't really say much. He's sitting back there, everybody else talking, he's sitting back there like this. He's like, okay, it's my turn now. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, it's like
Time to chime in.
You know what I mean? It seems very, oh, now you go, now you go, now you go.
Yeah.
And also, Sherman, he needs a little more time. You know, he needs a little more time on air to get comfortable. I feel like to kind of like fit into or get into his like, you know, just
Yeah. And I feel like it's a tough
persona
gig
or whatever
too.
on.
Yeah, you gotta. It's the type of thing that you gotta feel out, and you gotta have time to woodshed,
Right.
find what clicks for you and where you fit in the discourse. And that's a key point. It's like that's why, not just your turn, my turn, around the wheel it goes. Like discourse is important,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of discourse, I want to get into the meat of this and start talking about some things leading up to the season that are pressing and relevant. We feel before we get into our assessments overall for the league. Right now. You and I have talked about Noah Lyles a good bit the last couple times we've been kicking it. Can you just break down the meaning of the words world championship for me, please?
Okay, well,
Or just do what you do, Mac.
I can't even believe that this is a conversation. I can't believe that this has to be debated. I just don't understand the state of the world. I don't understand what's happening now. I'm sorrowed, I'm in pain, and I'm hurt. Honestly, because it's common knowledge that the best players from around the world come to the NBA to play. You know what I mean? Nobody says that you, just because you're from America, that you're from the USA, that you are the best, you know, because it hasn't been that way for the past.
No, and it's wide representation. It's 120 players from 40 countries, 6 continents represented. And we're, I mean, honestly, living in the era of the rise of the international basketball star. Now, like, everybody's top 3 to 5 right now, starting out of the season. How deep do you have to go before you hit somebody who's American?
Bro, and for some, you have to probably get to that 5th spot, depending on how they feel about Joel Embiid.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Or Luka. That was the kind of, and I don't know how you can't put Luka in the top 5.
As an individual performer.
Yeah, I don't. That one kind of puzzles me because I can't think of many people like who you could really contest, like who you would put instead of Luka in the top 5.
Right. So the consensus at this point would be Giannis, Jokic.
Giannis, Jokic is consensus. And I feel like Luka's a consensus for the most part, but some people, I don't know if it's like a personal feeling type of thing.
But also, if we're going off last year to an MVP voting, Joel Embiid's clearly in most people's top 5 because
yes.
it was down to the 2 of them.
Right. So the thing about it, that is probably more a personal thing, because I think that you definitely have Embiid, Luka, Jokic, and Giannis in the top 5. No order, in my opinion.
So all that to say, if you win the NBA championship, you have won the world championship because you have beaten the best players in the world in the most competitive league that there is.
And it's just that's
just the bottom line.
It's really simple, bro. But the thing about it, the past, how many, 5, 6 MVPs have been non-native to the United States?
Greece and Serbia.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and where's Embiid from? Cameroon.
Right. And Lucas, Slovenian, but played in Spain. Right.
So it's a silly conversation. You know what I mean? They do this all the time, bro. Who do you want them to play against? You know what I mean? We said, you know, with LeBron wasn't in FIBA. You know what I mean? Curry wasn't in FIBA. Durant wasn't in FIBA. You know what I mean? None of these people was in FIBA, so I don't understand the conversation and why we have to talk about this. But enough of that. It's come on now.
So
we gotta do better. We gotta do better, bro.
There's been enough activity that it's definitely worth touching on, is the uncertainty surrounding Kevin Porter Jr. and what his destinations are, because it looks like he may or may not play basketball this season, even in light of everything that's happening. So for anybody that's not aware, can you kind of unpack that for us a little bit?
Oh, well, right now, you know, he's looking at, he has court on October 16th. So that's really where we're going to know the next update on what's going on. But right now, we don't really know too much. All we have is police reports from the scene. But we don't really have anything solid from the other individual involved. You know, relationship stuff is difficult, so we're not going to get, too deep into that.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just wish the best for everybody in that situation and all those situations, you know what I mean? And everybody get, the help and the care, that they need.
For
And,
sure.
that
And then
they
everybody
deserve,
feels safe. Like, shouldn't nobody have to worry about a scenario like that. And again, we're not going to unpack that here because that's a much larger societal conversation. But this is wild. So he might end up playing. But where? Because Houston is...
Yeah, Houston's trying to trade him. They're trying to trade him.
Oh, my goodness.
But, we don't really know. We won't really know anything until the 16th, And he's definitely going to at least get... He's definitely going to get an NBA suspension, you know what I mean? So he'll probably get something along the lines that Miles Bridges got, so he probably not going to play this season anyway,
Yeah.
So, everybody got things to figure out, right? So I guess we'll see.
Trying to find the light in the darkness, the one positive that could come out of this, if he does depart Houston, as it seems is probably going to be the case no matter how it shakes down.
Well, yeah.
Is Houston going to be better off with Fred VanVleet at the helm?
Freddie V.
Ooh, I think so.
Oh yeah. So, bro, the thing about it is that Freddie V he's a champion. You know what I mean? He knows how to win.
Lest we forget.
He knows how to win.
Lest we forget.
And the thing is that he has heart. And
he needs to have another kid in the playoffs.
Oh man, no, he needs to time it perfectly.
We believe in you, Fred.
Yes, we believe in you, Fred. Time it perfectly, brother. You got another chip on the way, bro, because you went off. You went bananas. You went bananas. Shout out to Freddie V, but I think he's gonna bring calmness. Right?
He is. He's very composed.
All right, Jalen Green, he's a great player. You know what I mean? But he doesn't play winning basketball. You know what I mean? Like, he averages, 22 a game. You know what I mean? But with Freddie V at the helm, he'll be able to maneuver. You know what I mean? Get Jabari Smith the looks that he need and all that type of stuff. Sengun. You know what I mean? So
a lot of hope.
Exactly. I think that with that, a veteran leader who's also a champion. You know what I mean? Leading them on. The Rockets, it'll be somebody to look out for sure.
So a lot of hope for you on Houston. Oh my God.
There's hope in Houston.
There's hope in Houston, and there's some hope in New York. Sometimes we hope for things to happen. Sometimes we hope things don't happen. Sometimes we hope some people ride the pine or leave the city, frankly.
Amen.
So
Amen.
I will admit that of all the many things that I've done in my life that have caused me to feel physical anxiety, one of the highest states of physical anxiety I've ever felt was riding along with Mac, rooting for the Knicks in the playoffs last season.
Ooh.
And the only thing that came up more than our nervousness, or we really would get psyched when they looked good, when they were really cooking, we would get psyched. The only thing that came up more was you and I praying, not even that they would score, but that Julius Randle would get back on the bench. I'm sorry, but it was better.
Yeah.
It was better when you weren't involved. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It was definitely better.
It was definitely better. Hardenstein was balling out. He was trying hard as fuck.
Yeah.
It was better rhythm. It was I'm not trying to be mean. Just that was the experience of watching it happen. The offense was clicking better. The defense was trying harder.
Right.
It was just better all around. So
it's because, all right, bro, when you are the leader, you are supposed leader, right, of the team, how you move affects everybody else. Your energy affects everybody else. You know what I mean?
It does.
And it's like, you can't, when you having a bad game, you can't be walking around pouting, you know what I mean, sour face, the whole thing, because it rubs off on everybody, the energy on the court, the energy on the bench.
Especially when you're getting conflicting, like, I think about it like hockey, right? Where it's like somebody got a C, but two people got A's on them, and when C ain't out there, you got to listen to A, that type of shit.
Right.
Jalen Brunson gives a fuck. So when you're everybody else taking your cues from the two of you, and you are that far apart on the emotional spectrum in a game where a lot is on the line and it's tight, that's fucked up for them young dudes trying to figure it out.
Exactly.
Because everybody win except somebody pouting about whatever it is at the time, where it's like, just shrug the shit off, Mamba mode. Like, you were too good in the regular season. You were too good of a basketball player. Just like Amari when he was here. Like, New York will hold you to a standard of toughness, especially when you're in the paint. You know what I mean?
Right.
Your lineage is Patrick fucking Ewing and Wilt Chamberlain. Like, you're playing big for the New York Knicks. Please have the right attitude about it, or like Madison Square Garden probably isn't the best home court for you.
It's not, bro, because it comes with a certain, like you said, a certain mental toughness. You have to be able to endure the bad times, but you have to show your head high as a leader, bro, because, bro, they deserve it. Your team deserves it. You can't.
And the fans deserve it.
And the fans, bro.
Yeah.
Bro got into it.
And Knicks
with
fans
the fans
go hard,
bro,
just like Yankees fans. And it's like, admittedly,
bro.
disclaimer, I'm from Tennessee. I can't tell if you could tell out there on the internet by the way I talk. But the way New York sports fans are for their teams, and it's such a tortured relationship sometimes between fucking Knicks and Mets and Yankees. But y'all love the shit out of these teams. It's unreal.
Bro, because it's the heart, bro.
I know.
Heart of the city.
So a relatively new team, I consider, to New York is the Brooklyn Nets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of positivity there, believe it or not.
A lot.
Is Mikal Bridges the guy, do you think, based on what you saw last season?
Bro, I love what I see from this guy, man. Shout out Brooklyn Bridges, bro. Tap in, bro. Shout out Brooklyn Bridges.
Shout out Cam Thomas. We'll get to you in a second.
We'll get to Cam Thomas. Yeah, shout out Cam, bro. Yo.
Ain't so funny.
I'm so excited for this season. I'm ready to see what Mikal does, honestly, because he really had a great, and once he came to Brooklyn, bro, it was on site. He had a crazy run.
Yeah,
as soon as he landed, bro. And I just loved his heart. I loved his character, his composure, bro. I'm very excited. We need to have the ball in his hand in crucial moments. Okay. My man.
So he's the guy.
He's the guy. He's the guy, but he also needs more time to get comfortable being the guy because
he didn't have that. Yeah.
Because the thing about it is that he'll score 40. And in the last 5 minutes of the game, Dinwiddie got the ball in his hands. Okay. And it's like, bro, what you got the ball for? You not scoring no points. Give it to Mikal. He's a hot hand, bro. You know, he's freezing him out and shit. It's like, bro, come on.
And that's the conundrum with Spencer Dinwiddie, because on paper, a lot, or even watching Duke play, it's like you want him, I think, but in this scenario, it's tough because if it's down to his ego and who needs to have the ball at the end of the game, how much trust do we have in him right now?
Yeah, and the thing about it is that Jacque Vaughn, they let it happen because nobody tells. If the coach say, yo, the ball goes in Mikal's hands, it goes in his hands. See, what the problem is, he thinks it's his team, you know what I mean? Or whatever nonsense, bro. And
it wasn't, even when you were here the first time, it wasn't.
Yeah, but he thinks, he's coming back. He thinks he's coming back, and he thinks it's his team, bro. Like he compared the Nets to the Bucks at one point, and compared himself to Jrue Holiday. And it was like, bro, come on, you know what I mean? We got to be real here. But when you have that, when you know where his mental is at.
Also play some defense before you start throwing that around.
You know where his mental is at. And once you know where his mental is at, and then you see how he's playing, you understand, bro. When somebody shows you who they are and tell you who they are, believe them, bro. Like, there's no reason when Mikal is the hot hand for him to be freezing him out like that, bro. Won't even look his way or look his way, look somewhere else, bro. That's nonsense, bro. And the ego, we don't need his ego defeating the team, bro.
Right.
That could, like, the ego can crash the ship.
It will crash everything. Man, there's a lot of, so much with ego. We could go for days. Speaking of showing us who they are, though, you and I had some decent seats to Mr. Cam Thomas. Shout out to you for a fucking 48 piece against the 76ers.
Yeah. Shout out
Mac
Cam,
and I both
bro.
agreed that it was fucked up that Doc Rivers froze you out and wouldn't let you get 50 like that. You deserved it. What do we do with Cam Thomas? Like, put him on the fucking floor or set him free. He needs to be getting buckets somewhere. If he does, if he's,
bro,
and there's already a couple questionable assets on the Nets. So use him or lose him, dude, for real.
Right.
You could probably get something for him. But why you wouldn't put that kid on the court, especially if Ben Simmons is functional, reportedly, at least in some capacity, great news. Put Cam Thomas on the floor or trade him. Let him go.
Play him or free him.
Free Cam Thomas.
Play him or free him.
I'm getting the T-shirts made.
Right.
Also, on the back of that T-shirt, everyone lay the fuck off Ben Simmons, please.
It's getting ridiculous.
It's not funny. It's not funny no more. Like, regardless how you feel about the situation, it is crazy. But if the man is saying that he is mentally unwell, leave him the fuck alone. Like, leave him alone. You've never been in a situation anywhere near like what he's dealing with in terms of the pressure and the money and all that. And again, I'm not going back for the kid. I'm just saying, if you don't know how that feels, just shut the fuck up. You're just talking now. It's not funny no more. It was funny for a minute, and then it looked like dude might be struggling with his situation.
Because it's always fun in games, bro, until somebody hurts themselves. You know what I mean?
I know.
And then everybody wants to send thoughts and prayers and shit. But
right.
during
and
the
how many people
time,
got to talk about this already? Like, people as good as Kevin Love and DeMar have talked about this before, about mental health and about the pressure.
It's not a game, bro.
It's not a game. And honestly, it's like, if you want to have hope, especially if you're a Brooklyn fan or somebody that lives in New York City, like, it's good for us when basketball is good. If he's functional, this team can do damage. Again, it does not matter because of Cream City, but it'll be more fun to watch. It'll be more fun to watch.
Yeah, shout out Ben, because I heard he's doing good. Reports say he's doing good. You know what I mean? Mikal had good things to say. You know what I mean? They said that he's in good shape. You know what I mean? Mentally. Actually, I saw him. He posted today. You know, posted some videos.
Was it
some
basketball
pictures.
related?
Yeah, some pictures of him. Some pictures of him in the practice gym, actually, in the Nets practice gym, bro. So shout out Ben Simmons. Keep doing your shit, bro.
Oh yeah, that's all you got to do.
We're rooting for you, Ben.
Dude,
bro. You know what I mean?
That's if you.
We need the ball in your hands.
Yeah, and like, if you listen or you see this at all, man, if you get your head on straight and play well with these guys and fuck it up in Brooklyn, this city will love the shit out of you. And what a fuck you that would be. People been hating on you. You know, you on JJ Redick's pod talking about, like, you think you're good, if you're getting there, do it, man. Please do. I would love to see that shit, because it's a delight to behold as a fan of the game when that dude is clicking and confident. That said,
man's a master.
Pivoting out of mental health into basketball stability, we brought up DeMar DeRozan. I have a short list of people. I like to play a game called Would You Rather, some schoolyard shit.
Okay, for sure.
Would you rather have a comparable stretch? You know, a shooting guard, small forward, insert here, or DeMar DeRozan, i.e., would you rather have Ben Simmons or DeMar DeRozan?
Right now, easily DeMar. Easily DeMar.
Would you rather have Kawhi Leonard now or DeMar DeRozan?
Easily DeMar. Easily.
I'm sorry, I'm a Raps fan. We sacrificed you. That was blood money to get that championship, but goddamn, we shipped it. Speaking of Raps, would you rather have OG Anunoby or DeMar DeRozan?
Easily DeMar.
That's 3 in a row he's got. Malik Monk.
Easily DeMar.
Tobias Harris.
Easily DeMar.
Jalen Green.
Oh, yeah, easily DeMar. Yeah.
Jaylen Brown.
Oh, give me JB.
All right.
JB. Give me JB.
DeMar, your batting average is impeccable. I'm still a believer. All-star. Consistent. Fucking DeRozan. It goes in. Shouts to you for being fucking excellent. Shout out to the Raptors bench mob. So,
shout out DeMar.
From an overall perspective, we've gotten through a lot of what I wanted to touch on leading up to it. The season overall, this is exciting as hell. This is exciting as hell, man. How are you feeling coming into the World Championships? 2023 to 24 World Championships.
World Championships.
World Championships.
This is 82 games of championships to see who gets to play the next set. You know what I mean?
I know. So how you feeling? How you feeling about this in-season tourney?
Bro, oh man. The in-season, I'm very...
Occurring in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm interested to see how it pans out, honestly, because people talked about the play-in tournament. People didn't like the idea of the play-in tournament. They was like, yo, this is going to be whack, blah, 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 blah. But it actually ended up being pretty exciting, you know what I mean? And it was dope for the game, you know. It gave more interest, you know, more exciting games. And, you know, towards the end of the season, you know, when people still kind of felt like they had a chance, you know, people still fought. So it was dope to see, like, teams kind of batted out. And, I mean, we got a hell of a championship run out the Heat for it, bro.
Yeah.
So it was,
and I think it does nothing but, for some of the small market teams, too, it fosters that, like, bolstering your fan base and getting them to give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, getting them behind Orlando, which is a young team that could use a push.
Right.
Getting Toronto's fans back behind them, because it's like we've had some weird shit. There's been some lineup shifts. That Tampa season, that was weird. You know, but you fuck around the in-season tourney, really, like, get a boost. I think it could be beneficial. There's some really exciting stuff happening with new additions to the league, specifically a young French prospect named Victor Wembanyama, under the tutelage of Greg Popovich, who got pulled back in, like the Godfather.
Yeah.
He tried to get out.
Pulled him
Wemby
right back
with
in.
Pop. How are you feeling about this?
I'm actually excited. Pop is a perfect person to put Wemby under his wing. You know what I mean?
And to imprint on him just the way you conduct yourself in the league, how you approach the game.
It's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait to see what Pop does with Wemby and how he does as a product of the Spurs organization. You know, I think he has a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
I think a little too much pressure.
And I think everybody should have manageable expectations that you're putting on this kid, because as good as he is, he's still, what, 19, 20, 21?
Yeah.
Coming into the league.
Yeah, I think he's 19.
Yeah, with freakish expectations and a freakish skill set. But it took Giannis a couple years to put it together, too. It took Dirk damn near a decade to put it together. Like, I think this man will do the job, but San Antonio is a great fan base. I just feel like this all around, it's a win for him starting there. Scoot, talk to me.
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Scoot does. He really showed some nice things when he played. What was it? The summer league? He really showed some nice a nice skill set, bro. So I'm really excited to see what he does. And now he's gonna have Aiden. He's gonna have Aiden. He's gonna have who else came over in that trade?
What, to Portland?
Yeah,
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
And a draft consideration, but that's not till 2029, so not really too relevant there.
Yeah, no, but he'll have. That's gonna be.
Portland did well.
Portland did super well.
They did really well in that trade. Phoenix did too. I know you're a fan of Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I'll call you an informed critic of Chris Paul.
There we go.
All right.
I like that better.
Can he ship it this year? Again, all this with the asterisk next to it of, if you can't guard the Bucks, you cannot win the world championship unless those motherfuckers get hurt. So
yeah.
But
we're
okay, so
praying for an injury-free season.
Yeah, we are for everybody, because I want to see everybody fucking ball out this year. So what do we think the over/under is that Chris Paul and them can ship it, at least get there?
I think they could get there. Everybody just gotta play their role and believe in their role. You know what I mean? Everybody has to buy in. That's something that Steve Kerr has said recently when they asked about, you know, who's gonna be starting. Because he was like, you know, we got like 6 starters. You know what I mean? And it's like you could only put 5 out. So it's like, bro, somebody's gonna have to come off the bench. You know what I mean?
And I'm sure that it will. Everybody will have their moments, but that needs to be KD's team, right? Phoenix?
No, we talk about Chris Paul.
Where is Chris Paul?
He's on the Warriors.
Holy fucking shit. You just blew my mind.
Yeah, bro.
God damn.
He's on the Warriors.
I did not know that.
Yes, sir.
I did not know that on the air.
Yes, sir. He's on the Warriors.
I've been on my music hustle for the past couple weeks. Shout out to New Def Records, keeping me busy. Sunday Cypher Volume 2 coming soon.
Shout out New Def.
Wow. You know what?
Yes, I don't remember the specifics of the trade, but I know he's on the Warriors now.
Oh man.
That happened a little while ago. But yeah, they're supposed to be figuring that out. And they asked him if he's coming off the bench. He's like, oh no, I'm not coming off the bench. I don't think I'm coming off the bench. It sounds like that, but it's like, bro, honestly. All right, so they start 5 with Steph, Clay, Looney, Wiggins, and Steph, Clay, Looney, Wiggins, and somebody else. But Kevon, did I say Looney?
Yeah, come on, Looney. I don't know who's playing the 5 for them right now.
No, Looney's playing the 5.
Oh, okay.
But more so somebody else before Chris Paul came. And it's like, who are you going to replace in that lineup? You know what I mean? To really, it's not, you know, just come off the bench, bro. You know what I mean? And fire up the second with the young cats, you know what I mean? Kaminga, you know, and just... And
know your role. Know your role and embrace your role.
Right.
That's the only way you're going to get there. That's the path. That's the path to contention for a ring through Milwaukee. Jesus Christ.
Bro, too many people have failed at that.
Speaking of knowing your role, playing your role, we touched on this earlier. Minnesota Timberwolves, it's an exciting season to me, but not for the reasons we discussed earlier. Anthony Edwards, Are they going to make it your team this year? Because it should be a team, straight up. It should be a team. And again, we're not being mean to nobody. It's just you have earned it at this point.
Just call it as I see it. Call it as we see it, bro. Like, honestly, he's putting in the work. He shows it, bro. He has that. He has it. Like, he has it.
He does.
Like, it.
He has freak athleticism. Almost in the way that LeBron does. I'm not comparing the two from a basketball perspective other than the physicality of it. Mm-hmm. That dude is terrifying when he's going full speed.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he's got some nuance to his game and he's getting it, he's figuring it out. He hasn't, like, that wasn't even his primary sport growing up. You know what I mean? This is going to be shocking if he stays healthy and keeps going the way that he's going. So give the team to Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Give it to him. Just hand over the keys.
Right.
Atlanta is also a team that I think should be considering handing over the keys.
Yeah. Give it to DeJounte.
Give it to him.
Just let him, bro. He's a facilitator, bro. The dude was a mastermind in San Antonio. Bro was a triple double machine, bro. Like, he has core vision. He's smart. He makes the right play
at
the right time.
He does.
Bro.
His decision making is good, and it's like Dray. You could spot up. I know you don't want to, but you could, and it would be scary for. They'd have to. Oh man, bro, just please. He
wanted to label, and do the deep threes like Steph. Follow this from Steph. Get your conditioning up and run around. Get open. Come off these
and
screens,
then
bro.
Jesus Shuttlesworth these motherfuckers.
Let DeJounte pass you the ball, bro. When you open and you free, bro. You get these free shots. You get to jack up these shots, bro. Yeah. And
especially because DeJounte will slash. Exactly. He will make them contest the paint and kick it right back out to you.
Right, bro. Let him work, bro. Let him work, bro. Give it to DeJounte.
Yeah. I'm a believer. Again, Spurs product. Pop just leaving his imprint left and right.
Right.
So what are you looking forward to most this year, do you think? Just the quality of the game, the parity between the teams?
I'm looking forward to some dark horse teams. I don't know who yet, but I'm looking forward. I think there's gonna be a lot of sleepers, like teams that we don't expect. I think some teams are gonna make some noise.
I think Orlando's gonna do some damage quietly.
And the thing about Orlando, as a team, as a unit, they have very good chemistry, like on and off the court.
And they're young,
right?
And they're international. They're mixed. Like it's a good combination. That like Paolo, I think, really, really cares. I think all of them are bought, and yes, they want to win, and they're down to share the rock. Like it's crazy. They just jump each other on the stat sheet. Like one night it's Wendell Carter, one night it's Maurice, one night it's Franz. Everybody gets their buckets. That's how the Mavs did it.
It's beautiful.
What a beautiful blueprint to follow.
I'm excited to see what they do this year. Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. It would be awesome to see a team in Orlando that's like, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be nice for the city of Orlando, and I think their fans to get a team like that in the same way it's nice for Oklahoma City. Like, they got some young dudes making noise. They got a crazy core.
SGA is, bro.
The one that got away.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. That is so wild.
And then now Chet is going to be his official rookie season. So we're going to see how that goes. You know what I mean? I heard that he's looking good too.
Yeah. And a lot of these dudes had hype around him. A lot of the young dudes, Kate Cunningham too. So it's going to be nice to see all of these guys playing. And again, praying for health for everybody.
Health, wealth.
Yeah, health, wealth, all that. Zion would love to see you at some point.
Yeah, bro, please.
Oh, man.
Please.
So we're going to take you out on another schoolyard game here, which is called Fill in the Blank. It's very easy to play. Mac, you know the rules, I'm assuming?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So I'll give you a sentence with a blank. You fill it in. Brooklyn Nets fans should be...
excited. Excited.
New York Knicks fans should be...
concerned.
Trae Young needs to...
give the keys to DeJounte.
He should. Last but not least, there's rodents of unusual size running around everywhere in the streets. God bless all of you that don't live in New York and don't see these crazy motherfuckers. Rats in New York City currently are...
humongous.
And Mayor Eric Adams is...
cool.
Nice. Hell yeah. Well, this is New Def Records, Zipline Media. Thanks so much for having us in the house. We're signing off. Enjoy the World Championships. Everybody stay healthy. We love you all. Thanks for tuning in.
It's been the God Up Pod.
It's been the
Yeah.
Guard Up Pod, #1. Keep it up.